Here we go.
Cool.
So this is what would be the official, I'd say, first take at this podcast we're trying to do on Potted Talks. And Potted Talks consist of me, Nicholas Gonzalez, and my co-host,
EJ.
And we are two Filipino Americans trying to showcase other Filipino Americans. And today we've got a special guest in the building. He is a man who happens to be a nurse. He is also
a
friend of ours.
A really great friend of ours, kind of.
Who works at a psych ward.
That's right.
And we've got him in the building here today. His name is Mr. Alex Tanaka.
Everybody, round of applause. It's just me.
And how great is it to have you, bud? What's
How's
up?
it going?
How you doing?
Chilling.
My guy.
Hanging out.
A friend.
A really great friend.
A friend who happens to be also a pare, a fellow Filipino. And what better to have a nurse as the first guest on the show.
And if me and him or even Irvin were to, kind of die right now, you could save us, right?
Sure.
What do you mean by that?
Not really.
Yeah. They teach you CPR though.
Oh yeah.
Mouth to mouth.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay, cool.
Not to say that I can't, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
How confident are you?
I think he could. I think he's got it.
So, are you confident to do the Heimlich maneuver and be successful at it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 110%?
100%.
Mouth to mouth.
Did you have
Mouth
to
to
go
mouth.
through that in
That's
schooling?
the other 10, I guess.
Did you have to pass that? The Heimlich
You have to do it like
crash course?
once a year, maybe once every 2 years. It's like a certification that you got to redo.
So what's
It's
the
like
method?
I don't know if he's got it once a year. I'm gonna have him at a 0.5 over under.
Me?
Yeah.
I could do it. You just literally.
They say way under.
What's the method of it? I know the method. You want me to explain?
Sure.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead. Explain to the nurse.
First of all, like you're gonna be in front of me. You face the other way. You face what I'm facing. So you face the other way. And I like bear hug you.
Yeah.
And I kiss your neck. No. But I don't know. I just squeeze tight and pull up.
Sort of, but not really. You got to get them in like the sweet spot, like right here.
Okay. Sick.
And you can do it for yourself, like against a chair if you have.
Oh, I can do it myself.
Like if you're choking alone.
Oh.
Yeah. How do you do that?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I haven't done it before, but like you do like the same like maneuver, but you use like an object like a chair or something that you have that you can like
As like a support
Yeah,
on your back.
no for this that you can like push into yourself, I guess.
So you push against your stomach against an object, like a edge of a door, like edge of a chair.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like the same force that you would use if like someone would use if they're doing it on you, but you would in place of that person you do like a chair.
I'll look on YouTube for that.
Yeah, that would probably be a better guide.
Have you choked on anything? Pause.
Who hasn't?
Have you choked on anything?
Not that I can recall.
Okay, fair.
But I have thought
said
about
fair.
if that happened. That's good to know that you can self CPR. Is that what they call it?
I did not know you could do that.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to have you in, Mr. Alex Tanaka. So you are a nurse practitioner, psych.
Wish.
No, excuse me. Let's run that back. You're a nurse.
Nurse.
A psychiatric nurse.
Psychiatric. Yeah. Fair.
Awesome. And you work at a psych ward.
Correct.
Nice.
So explain, because off the bat, when someone say they work at a psych ward, a person like me, I'm just thinking you're working with like kind of people who are like psychotic.
Yes. It ranges in you. It's kind of just like the general public. Like you've worked in a Starbucks before?
Yeah.
You know, like them fucking tweakers and stuff that have episodes, or just crazy people that are just having episodes outside your work.
Yeah.
A lot of those people that just kind of gets into our work. And whether it's like kind of just letting them detox and medicating them through that, or if they're actually having like mental breakdowns or episodes, we're also helping them through that also, or as well.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'd like to have help if I was going through like an episode like that.
Yeah, that's pretty a crazy experience, though.
A bad episode,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Some people don't even know that they're.
But what I
really
want to
going
know
through it.
is a bit about, Mr. Tanaka, and kind of like what led you to, one, become a nurse, and how'd you land at a nurse at a psych ward opposed to, let's say, a nurse at a, your urgent care or your local, hospital where one of us was born.
I guess it's just kind of specialty, but nursing wise, I kind of just got into it because it was lucrative and also secure, like job security. Like I can basically,
Oh yeah, very very.
I can
secure
leave
job.
and just go
Yeah.
anywhere. And like I'm still like bottom tier nursing, which is the LVN. There's levels above it. There's RN, NP, nurse practitioner, which you mentioned, which is like the step above RNs,
Uh-huh.
and then after that it gets into like doctors. So that's kind of like a
Yeah.
slight tier of it.
Okay. And what does one need to start that journey? Let's just say
For LVN, it's like maybe like a year more or less of school, and then you just take like a license test, as you would for like cutting hair or like to be a barber. Like you get licensed for those sorts of things.
Interesting.
Same thing for LVNs, and then RNs. It's more specialized where you got to go to school for it. You can get an associate's degree, bachelor's, and then after that, like when you get in your master's, that's when you're like more of a nurse practitioner.
How long is the process? How long was yours
Mine's like
for
a year.
LVN?
Like a year.
And then RN, if you want
RN's like anywhere from like 2 to 4 years.
And then after, and then it does it cap at that? There's you can
After
exceed
that, you can be like a NP,
And how
which is
long
basically
that
like
process?
6 years, give or take,
Oh Jesus!
which isn't terrible.
Hey, man,
like
I
you're
was-
basically like a step under a doctor. You can do, I forget what your limitations are, but you're basically like when the doctor isn't around, you're that guy.
Yeah, exactly what I was gonna say. Like,
I feel like nurses are kind of always that girl or guy or whatever you claim to be.
definitely. Well, we're like
I feel like they go above and beyond.
I feel
I've
like
heard
they
they're
don't carry.
often.
I feel like they don't carry that much weight though, as far as a doctor. But I mean,
Right, I guess that's maybe kind of goes with what I'm saying. They're underrated in terms of a lot of things of what they deal with, and
Could
they
be.
don't.
Doctors are more like, this is what's going on. This is what needs to happen. And we are like that person that does that. So I would compare it to like, say, in psych, it's similar to like an ER. You go to an ER if like you got like a massive like cut in your arm, or like you've been in a car accident, or you've fever, like crazy ass fever, like just crazy shit that's going on. Or if you're having a mental episode, you go to an ER, get checked out, get not diagnosed, but like have an idea of what's going on, and then they kind of send you out to like, oh, you need to stay at the hospital to continue treating this, like pancreatitis or some shit. Like if something like that flares up, you go to the hospital, and then they send you to like a normal like hospital, and they have you treated, XYZ days. Same shit for psych, but it's like for mental issues.
mental
it's like,
issues.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like, oh, I'm having like a depressive bout. I'm feeling suicidal. I'm feeling homicidal.
So instead of like a physical timeline, it's a mental
Correct.
timeline that they are.
Do you think you have to be
Keep
like
it in check.
empathetic with these people,
I mean,
or it's just a job, right? I mean, like
it's
not
a little
job,
bit
it's
of
a career.
both. I think it's because you run into such like outlandish or like such different extremes that like you have empathy for certain things, but also you kind of learn to just ignore other like like
Think logically.
yeah, it's
Right.
like because people are like, oh, what's the craziest shit you've seen? It's like, I don't know, dude. Like so
It
much.
depends what you think is crazy.
Yeah, but also it's like I've seen so much shit. Like what's even crazy to you at this point? Like I can probably list off a bunch of stuff, and like you can pick and choose. Like, oh, that sounds pretty nuts. But to me, it's just like, oh, that was like, you know, a random Tuesday. For me.
So you went to school. It takes about a year or two to get the whole LVN process, and you didn't. And your first job wasn't at the psych ward.
Mm-mm.
It was
like
mopping the floors.
Yeah, it was like case management, kind of like a desk nurse, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Like
is what they would call them, a desk nurse.
Yeah, because you're working at a desk 5 days a week, like corporate nursing.
Yeah, you don't got like scrubs on.
Fucking tedious work or what?
Yes, very much so. It's like a 9 to 5. It's
I
like,
figured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we're not there anymore.
Okay, and then from there, kind of transition to where you are now.
Yeah,
nice.
And it was kind of just like I hit up like someone that worked in the area, Adrian.
Yeah, I was gonna mention too. You know, a few people that work there, and I feel it's funny because you know we have other friends that are in the medical field.
I mean, to be fair, Nick's mom, your mom got me my first job
that's
with the case management, and then that's kind of like
shout out to moms.
Yeah. Shout out to moms.
No,
I do remember that way back. I think it was Molina was the company.
Yeah, but not also. I was gonna mention that like everybody throws each other lobs.
Yeah, it's like it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah, exactly. It applies to that as well.
Yeah.
Pretty cool because you know about like a couple of people.
I would even go as far to say, because I heard there's no gangs in the Philippines, but I heard there was a Filipino mafia.
Word.
And it's also known as the Board of Nursing.
You got me invested. I was like, what? We got one. There's an Italian mafia. There's a cartel. The Filipinos.
It's like we got the Yakuza, the triads. What do we got?
We got
Orange, LVNs, NPs, DONs.
I'll take that because without us, how y'all gonna live, right?
Yeah.
You tell me.
You got me.
Hey.
That was a good one. Nah, facts though, because like when you mentioned, did you want to be a nurse? You said it was.
I kind of did it from my mom too.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a trend.
Wanted,
but
like, like a nurse in the family.
I feel like that's a trend within like the whole
Filipino
community.
Is she involved in the medical field at all?
No, she's a what do you call it? Claims adjuster, so like insurance claims and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Excuse me, sorry.
So, not really, but
yeah,
it's like.
But I feel like it's a Filipino community nurse medical. Yeah. It's
relatable.
It's the way it's related. It's the way to do it. Even if you don't want to do it or not, it's it's the way to do it.
Yeah, it's one way to do it.
Yeah. So give us like a stroll on a regular day.
Regular day.
You wake up, you go to work, clock in.
Go to work, clock out.
Clock out.
Nah, it's
12 hours, right?
Yeah, it's like you pull meds. They're scheduled meds throughout the day. Usually like anywhere from like 2 to 3 to 4 times a day, and you're just kind of like how do I say? It's like you're treating. It's like as you would like pain management. Like you treat it around the clock. It's the same. Like they're on antidepressants. They're on antipsychotics. They take like this antidepressant once a day, or they take it in the morning and at night, and then you kind of just monitor them. Like some of them are like they're there for depression. They're there because they are feeling suicidal. So, like that's the criteria. They're either a danger to themselves, a danger to others, or gravely disabled, or 2 of the 3 are all 3, and that they're under that sort of criteria.
And on your guys' end, is there a I guess what I'm looking to say, is there like a visible spike and increase in this mental health illness with patients and stuff like that?
Sort of, but also, I mean, I guess it's a spike, but it's also just like you say, like under recognized or not, you know what I mean? Like it's not recognized as it should be. Like it's definitely getting, like, you know, we're taking the steps to like get there, but also I still feel like there's a lot of strides to be made in the mental health like aspect of just healthcare in general.
Right.
Okay, so it's just more like a bottom. Okay, it's. I don't want to say it's like a bottom line, but what I'm gathering is it's a safety net for what you described, the people who are feeling depression and suicidal.
Can be.
Not a safety net, sorry, but a like that is our line of defense. Like that's all we got essentially.
Yes, that's a pretty fair way to put it, because it's like
to combat people hurting
Yeah,
themselves
like,
or hurting
like,
others.
yeah,
That's the reality.
like
of it,
we're
right? We're just trying to stop that. Or, I mean,
not the middlemen, but like when people have episodes, like say they're not in a mental facility, like they're obviously doing it like either at home or
On the streets.
out, on the streets. So it's like we're that middle ground, so to speak, versus like, okay, you can just like send them, I don't know, to jail, or like just let them be, and like, I don't know, whatever
Who
happens,
sends them?
happens.
Usually a family member or themselves?
It could be a family member. It's generally like, so say like we're bros and like I hit you and like you think I'm having an episode, you can call the cops and like tell the cops, and then like instead of sending me to jail, they'll be like, yo, like you hit your brother, like what the fuck, like we're gonna put you on a hold and get you treatment to see if that helps you out, versus like just sending you to jail for like assault or whatever it is. Like they're like, instead of saying like, oh, you just like,
is this
hit
a California thing or nationwide?
what exactly?
What you're talking about? Like if that incident went down with the police?
Because I didn't know you could give out that option. You could give out that option, right? I mean, like...
It's not necessarily like an option, but like I feel like it's just kind of...
That's like the response now.
Yeah. It's like you can't just, you know, it's like you
you
can't
would have
necessarily just like book them and jail them, you know.
So
like,
you... okay, so do you think people are abusing that? And also...
It could be.
Maybe this is where it gets like to be a little bit of a gray area, because what I would say is if there is an abuse of claiming mental illness in correlation to physical assault and violence, domestic violence, then and also if you couple that with potential drug use, right, then I would say there's like potential root of an issue.
So
and that's generally like
because I'm not trying to like say people are claiming anything.
Yeah.
But I can see.
But that's generally like what we're trying to treat, but they don't necessarily know that they have that. But obviously,
how can you confirm if someone actually have it? Because like, yeah, you bat off that. There's, you know, if someone do claim they use that as escape, like, you know, it's just escape.
Yeah, I guess let's dive into that, because what it seems like as being two dudes who are trying to figure out the fragility of the mental state right now. And I guess what we're asking is like,
what are the red flags of mental health?
yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, I don't if that's like the wrong term to say.
That's I don't know how to.
So how would you
Okay, maybe not even the red flags, but what about how we're perplexed as dudes? Like how do we begin to address that maybe we even have these problems?
Issue.
Yeah. Because it seems like, you know, if you weren't even paying attention and just kind of
there are definitely like
forging on
signs and stuff that you can definitely notice or like look at. Okay. And then like it's like a cold, or like, you know, like you exhibit symptoms. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I've searched on Google like symptoms of mental health, like if you're like suffering, or like, well, more towards like depression and shit.
Yeah, I guess it's hard because like that's where a lot of people start to like misdiagnose themselves.
I know,
because
yeah,
they
self-diagnose,
think, or
yeah.
self-diagnose themselves
Yeah.
because they look through all this and it's like, oh, I got this, I got that.
That's
Is
what I
there
do.
an even amount of like men and women at these facilities, or is it lean towards a certain different demographic?
No, it's pretty equal, I think. I would say, but it's just
so crazy is pretty equal across the board.
yeah,
then?
but it's just like I guess it's like the level of crazy or the difference of crazy that they give off. Like sometimes the guys are just like aggressive, and then the women are just like
Aggressive.
yeah, but like I don't know. It's like I don't want to sound like sexist or like misogynistic, but
Yeah.
it's like women are. It's like it's just like a different kind of like
Right, I understand.
like
yeah.
crazy, I guess, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't like with guys, it's like it's just like, dude, chill the fuck out.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
after a
yeah.
while, and it's just like after a while they'll get it. But like
Yeah.
with chicks, it's just
It's
like
based off emotions.
yeah, it's just like holy shit.
I get
dude,
it. It's,
you need to-
yeah.
You need to chill the fuck out, but like there's no like you can't just tell them to chill out.
It's like
'cause
kinda
then
more out of
that's-
control.
Yeah, but that's kind of like what you need them to do. It's just like, dude, just chill.
just chill.
And like with dudes, it's just like okay,
So
like after
give them
while-
a minute.
Yeah.
You know?
Whereas like with ladies, it's like you can't necessarily do that. It's like it'll shut off
So
another
that's probably
like
like the main difference between as far as like
kind of yeah. It's just like the type of I don't know like
Yeah.
episodes that they might exhibit, so to
probably
speak.
some crazy ass episodes. Crazy.
Yeah. I wish you could like film it, but like keep everyone,
Face blurred.
yeah, just to like give
Not
a
cross
dig.
any
Respect.
lines.
Yeah,
Yeah,
out of
exactly.
respect,
It's just like you don't know who the hell this is.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Did you work today?
I did not.
You work tomorrow.
I do.
So my next question is, so you distribute drugs to them
Administer.
or administer? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So
Like, it's crazy because like, I think that's the part I enjoy a lot about my job is like,
are the drugs?
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
kind of, but it's like because it's
Yeah.
like you learn about them and they treat certain things
Mhm.
and like just seeing like the physiological.
Can we
effects
talk about
that they have?
the drug names?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because
What's like a common one?
yeah. What do they take? Like what kind of drugs?
What's
do
like
they
throw
take?
one out? What's
Yeah.
like? Well, hey,
Common.
we need more like adrenalthol.
Oh, Treat
We need more trend.
probably like Haldol. Well, like antipsychotic wise, like Haldol, Ativan, or not Ativan. Ativan's for like. So Haldol, Ativan, Benadryl. That's like a cocktail that we give. So we mix those, and that's like the booty juice.
The
that we-
crazy cocktail.
Yeah.
What they call it.
So if they're just going like kind of
The midnight
too
Susan.
nutty, yeah,
Don't
we give
tempt
them
me
one of
with the fun
those where
time.
it's like, yeah.
So like, okay, so
And then others, it's like your, general antidepressants like Lexapro, Zoloft.
How's
Sort of.
it being like a Filipino at a psych ward? Are there other Filipinos?
Not at this particular, or there used to be, but not.
So you're a minority.
kind of, yeah.
I'm
Nice.
surprised. It's not that you're the only one, huh?
Not I wouldn't say the only.
Yeah, okay.
There's definitely some, but
Uh-huh.
not like we're definitely not the
It's
majority.
not a
of that.
I
dominant.
feel like typically Filipinos are like majority, right? At
Yeah,
most.
I would
at
feel
most,
it.
yeah.
They taking
At
over
most
the
healthcare
LVNs,
work
facility, yeah.
the RTs.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you're kind of a minority there.
Yes.
The last place you were at was that predominantly Filipino? That was pretty even. The desk
desk
nurse,
one,
the
that
desk
was-
jockey nurse.
That was pretty. I don't know if there was like even a majority.
What was that one at
Maybe
Long
Hispanic.
Beach?
Yeah, downtown Long Beach.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah, right,
you know
you're
where
right. Molina, yeah,
right across
okay.
the street from the 24
Yeah.
you work at.
Right, I know you're talking about.
the-
Yeah,
the glass buildings.
I think I remember meeting you up a couple of times. Yeah,
Probably.
I remember.
We actually used to work in that building that the 24 is in now.
Really,
Yeah.
that building?
Because it's in the World Trade.
Yeah.
Center, right. Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
used to be Molina.
Like one of the floors. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the cardio section now. Wow. Well, you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
History in Long Beach is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm going to be up there tomorrow. My friend worked here. He's a psych ward. Yeah. He works with the people that are You know,
Like
no
you.
offense.
What's the most favorite thing about your job that you like to do, and least favorite?
Least favorite is probably maybe like the stress sometimes. Like it's just kind of taxing.
Oof.
Like with all jobs, right?
Well, like if you're just like not.
Oh, dude, I can imagine. I worked at this skilled nursing facility,
Those are the worst.
which there you go. I think that's like a offspring of the Filipino mafia that we aforementioned.
Yeah.
I had a short stint there, and I worked a few different jobs. Like I worked at the front desk.
Oh,
I
Edgewater.
was a sitter
Oh.
for the patients. Yeah, we could blurt that out if we
Yeah,
need
my
to. But we probably will need to. But
It's like, oh, these motherfuckers.
It's better than me. I was gonna name the streets.
right, and it's just because when you're associated, you're affiliated.
Yeah.
Aforementioned. But no, I worked at this skilled nursing facility, and it just I worked at a couple, and I worked at two kind of simultaneously because they were owned by the same group essentially, but they were managed by two different
People.
entities.
That's kind of how our
once
our
you start
hospital
to
is.
learn about like who owns it, then you're
Yeah.
like, oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and at the other one I was at, like one was way more family like vibe based, and the other one was kind of like dark. It felt like just instantaneously. And this one lady who was there was two stories. One time she was telling me a story about the Great Depression and how it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
That's pretty
So I didn't know how to take that one or if it was believable. And then there was another story, but that was like the first kind of story I ever heard, like word of mouth about the Great Depression. She essentially was like,
And they were, people were like giving out cans of tomatoes, and like it wasn't that bad.
she was saying like the media blew it out of proportion, like in the papers and stuff. I don't know,
like they do now,
You know what I
but-
mean? I don't know if it was due to her. I don't
be
know.
honest, she probably has a point.
Maybe there's a kernel of truth there. Maybe she had more money. I don't know.
Maybe she was a little extra.
She was.
right.
Was it Putet? Putet?
Oh, put that.
She was Putet.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. You don't know what it is? She Putet. It's like YT.
Oh, okay, that's my first thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my next
It's the
question.
opposite of itim.
Oh, okay, yeah, put that.
You guys know what itim is?
I know what
right?
itim is, yes.
Okay.
I
So
don't
it's the
know what that is.
opposite. Of
Okay,
itim.
yeah.
So you want to tell them what it is?
Yeah.
Let's give these guys a little crash course.
Okay, so guys, pute means white, Caucasian,
Sure. Yeah. And itim means
black.
black.
Oh, I know an alternative.
I don't know if that's derogatory though.
Because-
Is that derogatory?
Man,
I
I don't
We-
think
we
so.
might have to edit that
You know-
shit out too, but we're
Yeah.
learning on the fly. We're only
'Cause I know
half,
the
so half,
Ilocano-
half the time we're half right.
Man, I don't even know Ilocano.
Well, I know. Do you know Egot?
Oh yeah,
And,
ego. Yeah, ego.
That's like black.
Oh yeah,
too.
yeah, ego. Yeah, isn't
Right?
it? I thought that's
I mean, that's-
Tagalog. No, itim's Tagalog, but ego too.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to even like not even ask you a question. I want to ask you a question that kind of like asks EJ a question almost. You know what I mean? That just use you as a mirror. But like us being Filipinos, Americans,
Flam.
do you think like this is even necessary? What we're doing? I kind of want to just like briefly discuss that. Like, do you think it's important for Filipino Americans to have a platform and to do what we plan to do?
You just hear Irvin come in. No.
He's like,
Get them!
nah, yeah. For me personally, I think it's a great idea for us to have a platform. First and foremost, like what you said, it's not too many people that have a big platform that showcases like who we are.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I feel like between all of us, we have a different voice to voice out
Like different
far-
but same.
as far as being Filipino American.
Yeah.
So I feel like this platform is really like it's
No,
beneficial.
I agree because like You're also hitting like probably one of the best. Like you're targeting an audience that's
Hey, they ride for their people.
dude. They eat this shit up, bro. Like
Totally.
even like you can be like a fifth fucking
Dog,
Filipino.
they ride.
You know, they always
All we
like,
gotta do-
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about that for a quick second. Like where it's like, because EJ, I know you're. I mean, I don't know. I feel like EJ could be like half Spanish, half Filipino.
Yeah.
You're full Filipino.
Yeah.
Okay, so this EJ Domingo, obviously he's half a pot of talks we got going on here.
Yeah, my name
He's
is...
a full Filipino. I'm Nick Gonzalez. I am a half Filipino. I'm also half or part Hispanic, Spanish.
And I am. Wait, did you say your name?
Sure.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm Alex Tanaka.
Government
Doesn't
name.
come off as Filipino at all, but I am half and a quarter Mexican, quarter Japanese.
Nice. And what I wanted to dive into was because we were sharing like that reciprocation of what we feel through like the Filipino people, and I really do feel like the Filipino people are special.
Oh yeah.
And I wanna dive into that because of my two sides of being mixed, of having two different families. I always felt a difference on my Filipino side, the way the love was translated.
Sure.
And not to say that I didn't have that on the other side, but it was just always something different,
Yeah.
and I couldn't ever put my finger on it.
Yeah,
I agree.
No,
'Cause
definitely.
yeah.
I think to this day I'm still trying to figure out
What
the
that
essence
is.
of the Filipino people.
Mhm.
So if there's any Filipino viewers who are, first gen Americans, second gen, or even watching from the Philippines, or even you're in UK, or you're watching anywhere and you're Filipino, or even you're not Filipino, you just know some Filipinos and you know what the hell I'm talking about. Please enlighten us, indulge us, because these are a few pares right here who are just trying to connect and get in touch and get closer to something that we feel drawn to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now that's in our blood. That's in our roots.
It's in our roots.
You know what I'm talking about. But to piggyback off of you say you find a struggle to find, as far as like both sides.
Yes.
Me,
yes.
I'm full Filipino. I'm trying to, feel the Filipino side. And
he got full blood and no
full
feeling.
blood, no feeling. But if there's
No, I'm
if there's only one thing that's full Filipino, it's my taste buds.
Oh, hey,
So-
that's for sure.
Yeah.
This guy knows what's up.
As far as food,
I'll tell you that much. EJ
But
Domingo.
I'm still trying
Hey, and
to
we got
learn.
some food challenges coming to you guys
We do.
in the future. We really do.
We have tutorials.
You know what? I like to say a lot that his eyes are bigger than his stomach, and he's willing to put that to the test.
Yes, Abu.
Um,
Like an eating contest.
is that what you say?
You said test.
Oh
and
yeah,
eyes
it's a
big.
test.
Yeah,
Yes,
big,
yes, yes.
That part too.
So I'm thinking like I don't know, 50 lumpia in a 20-minute session.
You guys want to
Can
hear
he
something
do
right
it?
now? How about this? How about this?
How about it?
75 lumpias
Yes.
under 20 minutes.
Okay, so let's just do quick maths on that. 75 lumpias under 20 minutes.
Why do you have to do yes or no? No.
Yeah, I'm in it. I'm in it.
Okay, so do the math.
All right,
It's
I'm
doable?
gonna do the math.
What kind of lumpia? And like they should.
You can do the jumbo size or you can do the little puny size. It doesn't matter. Still killing it.
I think you're gonna have to eat 3.5 lumpias
In one bite.
every 2 minutes.
I was gonna sell 5 in less than 10 in 2 minutes.
That's a lot. No.
10.
Oh man,
That's where the doubts are coming out. I get it.
that's where the doubts are coming out.
The
Do you
doubts
guys know
from
any
my
Pinoy
peers.
jokes? Like any Filipino jokes? Like Filipino knock jokes?
Filipino knock.
Like knock, who's there? Knock, who's there?
Man.
I wish I did. Because I write a lot of jokes down, but
Oh,
not
yeah.
a lot of them are Filipino.
Yeah.
Not enough, anyway.
Did you guys ever feel
Think of
that
something.
like you know how people are
too.
like, oh, I never got to like see myself on screen.
Say that one more time.
You know how people are like, oh, it's I never got to like see myself on screen or like my culture.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And
Like,
I don't
represented?
really know. I mean, maybe we can go down the list of some of your, if you guys have any Filipino
I seen one.
influences.
I seen
in
one.
pop
Yeah.
culture, or even.
Dante Bosco.
Hey,
Yes.
is that Rufio?
Rufio.
Yo, and
Shout out Rufio.
Yo, and
Dante Bosco.
the movie that threw
I
me.
think.
And
Oh my
he's,
bad to cut you up.
Prince
I think
Zuko, too.
Dre Magic's
wait.
Andre knows him. I think he's like a friend
Rufio?
of his.
Really?
Yeah, of Dante Bosco.
Hey,
I think
and,
I saw him in a
and
video.
that movie that always throws me off, the Cinderella movie, with him and Brandy.
Oh, okay. He did a movie with him and Brandy.
Brandy, the Cinderella.
Word,
but-
word.
Yeah.
With Brandy.
Brandy.
Damn! Shout out Brandy.
He said already.
Brandy,
And then he
Brandy.
was in another like movie with Tatiana Ali. They were going out.
Okay.
So
Damn.
Hey, I guess he does know some movies. Yeah. Fucking closet case Filipino right here.
You watched the debut?
Yeah.
I haven't watched that.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
That's too. I'm not a
yeah.
fob, dude.
He's-
I'm
he's
just kidding.
building
I'm
up
just
his-
kidding.
He's not there yet.
Yeah, not
You
there
know?
yet, nah.
Yeah.
But Dante Bosco, yeah, man, we have the same mole.
What about you, Tanaka? Any Filipino influences? Favorites?
It's kind of cheating, but probably Manny.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
Kind of overlooked
Just
that.
because,
Yeah,
like,
me too.
Bright shining
like,
star. Jesus
I don't know. Like,
Christ.
I'm like,
Sorry, oh great man.
Yeah, I
you
know.
forgot everything
Right.
you did for us.
and kind of take them for granted because I
And that was such a hard
Grew up-
time for me, dude.
yeah.
Because I'm, you're a quarter Mexican.
Oh, dude.
I'm part Mexican. I'm like, I'm right there, half. And
I was having a great time.
well, it's like he was slaying half of my fucking culture.
Yeah,
on
choose
a
a
weekly
side.
basis.
Oh,
You
yeah,
gotta choose a
straight
winner at
up.
that point.
Mexication.
Nah, you don't gotta
they
choose
call
a
them.
side,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah,
If you can't beat them, join them.
True.
That's the side you gotta join.
Valid.
He can't be sleeping all these dudes. You're like, yeah. No, Manny Pacquiao was legit.
Yeah.
Shout out
I
Manny
totally
Pacquiao.
forgot about
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
shout out to
Right.
him, dude. The man
Totally.
of calves.
Oh, dude.
One of my early influences, to give you some background on myself, Nick G, is I used to do martial arts back in the day, starting out when I was like 5 years old, because of early influence from my father. And one of my influences was Ernie Reyes Jr. You guys know who he is?
I do. I've
sounds
heard of
familiar.
him. Yeah,
Is he the?
I've heard of him.
Does he do like stunts? Or
He
no?
does do stunts. He's been in movies. He's been in the probably one you guys will know is I believe it's
don't count me out.
no, Ninja Turtles 2.
Oh,
Definitely know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I know that too.
Yeah, he knows Ninja Turtles, but he's
Yeah,
Just not the movie.
I know the pizza.
yeah, right.
Pizza.
But yeah, he's definitely been in martial arts flicks. I'm kind of like blanking out right now on a few of them, but he's definitely a legend in the martial arts realm.
Is he from here, like California?
Yes, he is. He is actually from, I think, the Harbor area. I could be wrong.
Oh,
but I believe
really?
That's what my dad. I
Sick.
believe that's what my dad used to say. My dad was born and raised in the Harbor area too, so I believe he used to mention that. drop
Ernie
that.
Reyes Jr.
Yeah. Let me look that up really quick because I feel like that could be a potential guest down the road.
That's what my first thought was.
That's kind of big dreams, but hey. No, he's well connected, dude. This guy. You know him.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah. Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah.
That guy. Let me see one more time.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy. Yeah,
He's one of us.
He's from
He's more than us.
He's from Surf Ninja. You said that?
There you go. I wanted to
Surf
say that.
Ninjas.
I really wanted to say that. Surf Ninja.
Yeah, dude.
He's from Surf Ninjas in 1993. He's from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What I said. He's in The Rundown. He plays one of the bad guys. It's with The Rock. He's in The Last Dragon. I think I wanted to mention that one too. Yeah. Anyways.
Man, that guy's OG.
Totally.
Straight OG.
Yeah. And man, what do you guys think about fucking like Filipino? These young Filipino hoopers. A couple of these
Who's there?
these mixed cats.
Like
I know,
Like the Jordan Clarksons.
Clarksons, Jalen Greens.
Jalen Green.
Man, there's some in the NFL too. The Vikings. They got the Vikings.
Oh, dude, we got some in hockey too.
Oh, the Dallas Stars.
Yeah,
Leading in the
forget his
NHL.
name. But yeah, he's fucking tearing it up.
What the
in NHL.
fuck? Yeah, he's tearing it up, man. That's just, and he's from Southern California.
Yeah.
I mean, my thing is like that's kind of crazy, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
really a big hockey like as well. If you're from
We might
certain
be
areas.
we might be cutting off here just because of the batteries soon. So let's just keep that in mind. But we are running, which is once again happy to have you in here. Which is the first like pretty much run to this Potted Talks podcast in this new setup for 2023.
We're glad to have you, dude.
Super glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
And also, we wanted to try something out maybe while the cameras were still running. We had some fan submissions on this. It was this naughty website of this Filipino website.
Cool.
That does these jokes. So we wrote some down, and I think we'll just hand some out, and then maybe you can read them out when you get a chance. No rhyme or reason. Who goes first? Did you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead. Your camera's right there, by the way, if you want to.
So I masked a girl on Kumu. Everything hit off, and she said, "Okay, well, describe yourself." And I said, "I'm built like a corned beef can, short and stubby."
They say that patis is a large bottle of Filipino fish sauce. Well, I'd say that my
Yeah, go ahead. Say it again.
I'm just making sure I didn't say patis twice, They say that patis is a large bottle of Filipino fish sauce. Well, I'd say that my penis is a small bottle of Filipino fish sauce.
Like sold in stores?
I hope not.
That's the stuff people eat, right? On Filipinos, right? You guys like
Patis, yeah.
Hey man, it's a breakfast staple.
Yeah. No. I just kind of blanked out there. Now here was another one. Filipinos have now adopted karaoke into school curriculum. They are looking to push for the Olympics to finally have a shot at gold. Have Filipinos won anything before in the gold?
Okay,
Maybe this person doesn't know what they're talking about. All right. Is there any like closing remarks that you kind of had in mind, bro? Just like I said about the whole platform of Philam, or just have an idea of being on the show in general.
No, not really.
All right.
It's just cool to be here. Yeah. I don't know.
EJ?
Yeah. We're glad to have you here.
Yeah. Maybe
I'm
where
looking
can they
forward to
follow
having
us, or
you
should they
on
check
here.
us out on?
Check us out on Instagram, Pare Talks.
Yes.
It's PARE Talks, TALKS.
Yeah, you'll see the plugin right here.
And our YouTube link is on the bio. Make sure to click that link and watch our videos.
Yeah, check out the new latest video.
Yeah, it'll be full-length podcast, skits.
Yeah, we're a couple of Filipino Americans trying to bring some content to you guys.
Yeah.
And we're showcasing other Filipino Americans and expertise like our buddy Alex Snaka here.
I am the pretty embodied.
Yeah, and it'll give you a walkthrough through their lives.
Yeah, we might do some, some vlog behind the scenes kind of stuff. But once again, thanks for having you in the building, brother.
Thanks
This
for having
is
me.
a wrap on our first episode. Boom.
Stay tuned. Love you guys.
Yes. Catch you soon. Later.
Peace.